So it seems they are genuinely skipping Warlords of Draenor. Like, that doesn't exist. They did Miss Pandaria remix, and now we're getting Legion remix. I find it kind of funny how instead of like doing Blizzcon or anything like that, they just took over Pax East and did announcements at Pax East. Do you know how lazy that is, Blizzard? Like, come on, that honestly like makes me sad. I would have actually planned to go to PAX East as somebody who lives on the East Coast had I known that they were like going to be doing a bunch of things at PAX East. Instead, I tried getting tickets to their Boston World of Warcraft event twice when they made them go live, and they would sell out immediately, like instantaneously. I think they rigged that they only allowed the exclusive creators they wanted to go to that event, were the only people allowed, and maybe some other random people to make it seem like that wasn't the case. And then they like used PAX East to like announce things because they couldn't be bothered doing BlizzCon this year. Ugh, it makes me so sad and upset as somebody who I've always wanted to attend BlizzCon and I've just not had the luxury to do so. And if that would have happened this year, that would have been something that I would have tried my best to attend, but maybe next year. Anyways, so Legion Remix here, right? Announced at PAX East, they're gonna be adding mythic dungeons, ill, gross, disgusting, into it, and, you know, whatever not. It just makes me, like, a little sad. I played through the entirety of Warlords of Draenor, and there was actually some things I did enjoy doing in Warlords of Draenor. So, the fact that I had to sit through Warlords of Draenor while it was current content, I had a very active world PvP guild, and on a weekly basis, we would raid the Alliance cities on Moonguard, by the way. So, Horde players raiding the Alliance Moonguard cities successfully, 40 to 80 people every other week, having a bunch of fun because there was literally nothing else to do in the game. But, you know, like, yeah, sitting in my garrison and going out and finding world PvP is some of my most fond memories in World of Warcraft, and I feel like I'm never going to be able to relive that. That's a crime. They said it's coming in winter. So I just wanted to go over this as somebody who I have made quite a few videos talking about World of Warcraft and stuff like that. And I love World of Warcraft. I will definitely be playing Burning Crusade Classic whenever that is a thing. We just, like, literally don't know right now. We don't know if that's going to be next year in the beginning of the year or maybe at the end of this year. It seems like if they're going to do Legion Remix, I bet you that they will push Burning Crusade Classic to the beginning of next year for sure, is what it's feeling like to me. So, I'm just kind of SOL for World of Warcraft content that I enjoy right now. And I wanted to, like, put it out there for anyone who also, like me, found it quite lazy. I bet there's a bunch of people who don't even know that Blizzard announced this because of the way that they're announcing this Legion remix. It just makes me so sad. You know, like, I literally... Do you want to know what's, like, crazy? So I wasn't able to play Legion, and that's why I'm looking forward to this remix. The reason why I could not play Legion, I'm gonna show y'all right now. So I played Warlords of Draenor. I just told y'all I led a guild. I made that guild in Miss Pandaria, and I led them for years until I wasn't allowed to play World of Warcraft anymore, because the only device I had to play World of Warcraft on, I found out it didn't have enough RAM to run Legion. Let me show you what I was playing World of Warcraft on during Warlords of Draenor. This. It's a tablet. This is a Dell Venue Pro 11. And I would use a Bluetooth keyboard and a wireless mouse. There was a USB slot. There's one USB. Look at this. A tablet with a USB. Insane. Yeah. So, that's what I played Legion on. Or I'm sorry, not Legion. What I could not play Legion on. That's what I played Warlords of Draenor on. I found out after buying Collector's Edition of Legion I was 17. And then I found out that I didn't have a device that ran the game. So I've never been able to play Legion. Because then I got a job, you know, I turned 18 and I was working full time. By the time I got a laptop and I made my Twitch channel here and I was able to like play video games on a nice PC again and like play World of Warcraft, Legion was over. Yep. It was done. And then, Battle for Azeroth came out. I played for like 2 days. I like made a demon hunter. I was like, wow, Legion was so cool. I hate that I missed it this whole time. And then BFA came out and like all the hype, everybody, like all the love that everyone had for World of Warcraft, I felt it slowly crumble away just as I was getting back on the game. So I personally am excited for Legion Remix. I'm gonna be playing it. When it will be coming, they said winter. And then Burning Crusade, right? That's just it for me. I don't know. I wanted to go over this because Blizzard's just made me a little sad as somebody who, like, I love World of Warcraft, y'all. I really do. But retail, like, it's... If you're not someone who likes hitting your face against your keyboard doing mythics, you're not going to find friends in the game. Everyone who plays retail has some weird, odd thing about them, and, like, World of Warcraft is their whole life. I don't get it. It's like a lot of them don't play other games, and they love sitting in mythic dungeons all day. I'm sorry, that was never a reason. I've never liked World of Warcraft because of sitting in the same dungeon over and over. Nope. It's an open world game that I have journeys in, that I walk around the game. Sometimes I do raids. I understand doing a raid over and over again. There's 10 plus people in a raid. And it's fun when there's that many people. I will stand around for hours waiting for a raid to be ready and then do the raid with those 10, 20, 40 people. I'd much rather do that a gazillion times. I don't care about doing a dungeon with 5 random players over and over. I can't. There's nothing in my soul. So, Legion Remix sitting here talking about, yeah, mythic dungeon, you know. Honestly, like, I look back and I think about how I was robbed of that experience, how this tablet that I have here was the reason why I couldn't play Legion. But, like, I don't know, maybe it was a gift in disguise, because, like, I'm gonna try out Legion, honestly, and I don't think I'm going to like it. Like, this doesn't... I was excited until I read it. Until, like, what I read that they're doing. The only thing they seem to care about is the Mythic Plus. Do they not realize that there's just so many people who love World of Warcraft who don't care about doing the same dungeon on a harder difficulty over and over again? There's 1,000,001 things that I like doing in World of Warcraft, and it is not sitting in dungeons, doing it on a harder difficulty. But they have circled so much of the gameplay around that it's just like, it makes it so insufferable playing retail and explaining to people that you like playing retail but you don't wish to do any mythic dungeons. You don't want to PvP because people are too toxic. Like, I cannot exist in retail World of Warcraft doing things that I enjoy and love doing, because it's just way too many chores, way too many complex, over-complicated systems that make the game just so convoluted. And you can't keep up. You can't keep up. I was genuinely excited for this. It seems like they're just circling around Mythic. I don't know. You know, like, they sat there, they seem really lazy about rolling this out, as far as how they're explaining it. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm just really excited for Burning Crusade Classic. I know for a fact what I want from World of Warcraft will be in the Burning Crusade. I'll be able to slowly, over weeks, be able to level up my character, having an idea of the endgame content that's waiting for me once I get there. And then that endgame content isn't going to radically change it's going to be the content that was promised. It's not some random, horribly thought over, just weak-minded idea of how do we get you to play the game like it's a drug, rather than how do we just get you to enjoy playing the game and want to come back every day, like it used to be when World of Warcraft started. I don't know. But maybe there's just so many people who their brains, their attention spans are so addled to this Mythic Plus progression stuff, and that's why they keep making content that gears towards those people, but it's not me. That's not the reason I fell in love with World of Warcraft. I'm going to try out Legion Remix, but I just wanted to, like, make a video here explaining why you haven't seen much World of Warcraft stuff from me. I'm not really playing it at the moment. I am really having fun with Oblivion, and after I'm done with Oblivion, I think I'm gonna just go back and play some more Fallout New Vegas, and just hang out with my little Bethesda games that never change, and just look better as time goes on, because that's, I really think that's it. Maybe I just don't like how things change. You know, maybe there's just certain things I've enjoyed, and I know that I enjoy them, and that's all that it is. It feels a little weird, like I said, considering how sad I was when Legion came out, and I was 17, and I was like, damn, this sucks, and now I'm 27 years old. 10 years later, and Legion Remix comes out, and I have everything that I need to sit here. And I have all the time in the world, too. I can sit here and just play World of Warcraft. And Blizzard has, they've kind of ruined that for me a little bit. Just a smidgen, so. Yeah, if you haven't heard, now you have. Legion Remix. I'll try it out. I'll play it probably a little bit on my Twitch channel or whatever. And, you know, really, like I said, I'm waiting for Burning Crusade Classic. So, without further ado, that's going to be it for me as far as World of Warcraft things for a hot minute. Don't expect any new WoW stuff coming from me, because I had 50-50 chance this entertains me, and we got a long time until TBC Classic, so. Cheers, my fellow Azerothians. I hope you are having more fun in Azeroth than I am.